Okay, there we go. We should have audio now.
Okay.
And my audio too?
We're good. Everyone's audio.
Oh,
Okay.
fantastic.
Welcome, everybody. My name's Alex. I'm here with Papa David. We are live over here at CEG Dealer School, Casino Training Center. We've got some crazy news today, don't we, sir?
We have some, so it's going to be about, we have some inside information about the Bellagio shooting because we have some firsthand knowledge. We didn't really know the guy, like personally, let's just say. But we do have some information. We know what happened. If you haven't heard, there was an incident in front of the Bellagio the other day. And we're going to share that information. But first up, we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about, sir?
Oh, we're going to talk about the first two events that we have coming up. Then we're going to go over the app.
Yeah, so we got some stuff on our side we're going to share with everybody. We're doing this a little impromptu because a lot has happened. We've been really busy. We felt like this is the best way to kind of reach out to you guys. But all right, take it away, Alex.
So a couple things. Number one, you have the R&D clinic that's coming up on the Casino Quest website. If you go to casinoquest.biz, I'm going to go ahead and copy paste that link right there. July 12th, Papa and Ronnie.
Yeah, it's the R&D. Worked out perfectly. Ronnie and David, R&D. So it's a shooter player workshop. It's 11 to 5. So if you guys are interested in doing a workshop with Ronnie and myself, it's going to be strategies and shooting for 6 hours. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to take over the entire space, basically. And it's going to include like light snacks because we know everyone's going to be really busy. But this crowd loves snacks, so we'll have plenty of snacks for everybody. What do you think? This is the snackable crowd, dude.
Yeah, they love snacks.
This is the loving snack crowd. So that's on the, and then we have Alex's, well, really Casino Quest / Alex's birthday bash that we've had every year. And so far, tickets are robustly selling, sir.
Yes, it is on August 23rd. It's a Saturday. We're going to start a little bit earlier. If I remember correctly, it starts at noon. And just to let you guys know, everyone's always, I lied, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, 1 o'clock.
Yep.
So we have time to set up. Doors will open earlier so you can kind of mull around.
So everyone that always say like, hey, I want to come play with Alex or I want to hang out with Alex, like, this is the weekend to make that happen because this weekend is literally the weekend where that week I pretty much dedicate to going out and gamba every day. So.
Alex will play with you.
Yes.
If that's your goal in life.
Yes.
He is here.
We have a full itinerary. The only Friday night we're already locked in. We already got that figured out. Yeah, that's an annual thing. And then Saturday, like I said, that event at 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock. We're gonna do a couple of giveaways, right? We'll do some tournaments, right? Survival Blackjack, Survival Craps.
Survival Blackjack and Survival Craps. So by the way, just so you know, this is the sort of version. Survival Blackjack is what you won't know until you actually attend the event. But is the game that a casino asked us not to play live. Literally asked us not to play live. They did not like us to play this, and they did not want us to protest. So you'll only be able to play it here with us. And when you get here and you attend the event, we'll explain why. I said to people that there was a casino that said, "Hey, we don't want you to play this game."
Yeah.
Because it forces you to kind of increase your bet.
Yeah.
In a way that, could be detrimental to the casino. Could help you win a lot of money. But anyways, we're going to have our own tournament, Survival Blackjack, and Survival Craps. And then we're going to put it on YouTube and all this other stuff. Okay.
It's going to be a fun time, guys. Yeah, like I said, I just posted right there, the link right there in the chat. So come on down and join us. There you go.
Okay, you go not to me. We're going to keep parlaying back and forth.
Yeah.
We're going to yap back and forth, everybody. Okay. So we're going to share some information about the app. We are going to share the whole Bellagio thing at the end. It's like the milk in the back of the, you know what I mean? The grocery store. You got to get through all the other groceries first kind of thing. But, so here's the thing. We have, we are developing an app, that is going to become literally the core of our business. It's going to be a next level gaming environment. We have John Kokos out there. He has his own channel, Pro Craps. He's a full stack developer and project manager. He is someone who has done some great work. And here's the thing. There are no more room for investors. So that's already been tapped out. And thank you so much for those of you who played a role and are playing a role and are going through that process now. We have fully funded the app, and we are building out this whole other opportunity. We expect the app to have the starting parts of it in 3 months because we already spent a couple of years with another developer building the code. So building the code to some of the social media parts of it, this type of thing. And, of course, John's been working with us and he has already gotten ahead of a lot of the development cycles. So Alex is going to introduce another opportunity if you'd like to be involved. But thank you again to all the investors and taking stock in us and believing that it's about people, because it is about people first. But I wanted to add one thing to this opportunity, and I mentioned it earlier. So just so you know, and I'm not trying to give away too much because there's not a lot of NDAs out there, but it's going to have a voice component. You'll be able to talk to it and tell it what you want, as opposed to having to enter it in. So this is going to be a hands-free sort of gaming environment, because guess what? Most games are verbal. You know what I mean? You talk, especially craps. You talk, and you know what I mean? All right. Give it away, sir.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that I want that's hands-free, but that's one of them.
That is?
You
want a hands-free?
Yeah, there's other things, but we'll do that for another day.
Hands-free gaming?
Yeah.
They have tools for that, sir. They're out there. Yeah. I guarantee you.
We can go back to the corn convention.
Yeah.
So just give everyone some updates, too, as what's going on. So if you guys don't know, we are developing an app for the 4 major table games. So Blackjack, Roulette, Baccarat, and Craps for you guys. So obviously, you guys heard about what's happened in the past. We're not going to talk about that part. The past is the past. But for any guys that actually always told us about like some of your experiences playing other casino apps, well, this is our opportunity, because this is literally going to be our thing. So now down below in the link, I'm going to go ahead and post that right there in the chat. Right there, we are taking some early memberships. So for those, if you guys want to join in on the $20 membership for the Nexus player membership, you get access to the alpha, the beta, and also too as well, you're going to get all the major 4 table games for free. So Blackjack, Roulette, Baccarat, Craps. And with the Roulette as well, we're going to eventually release Single Zero. And with the Craps, we're going to release Crapless Craps as well. Now, for the $100 for the Prime, it's going to be the same thing, but you're going to get bots. You're going to be able to practice your strategies, live gameplay. Yeah. Also, too, any dealers that are out there, unlocking dealer mode. So we're going to have a dealer component, too, as well, so you can learn all the different table games as well.
And a little side note about the bots is you can program it to do a specific strategy. So that's kind of the idea of the bots.
Yeah. You can test one strategy against the other, right?
Yeah, 100%. So because the player side, you unlock all the games. So for $20, it's at least $50 value, because it's going to be the engine and 4 games. It's $50. So if you'll have the Prime, it's all the unlimited bots forever. So however many bots you want to play against, right?
Yeah, because if you're wondering what's better, Martingale, 3x Martingale, or 5x Martingale, you're going to be able to figure out with all 4 table games.
Yikes. I know there's, or what is it, Fibonacci?
Can I Manzanello versus Fibonacci versus double your loss Martingale versus Martingale? We're going to be able to figure this out finally.
You could play, we just filmed EGDSD, what the hell is it called? EGDSP 5.0. So you can compare a 1.0 to 2.0 to 3.0 to 4.0 to 5.0 and see which one of those is the way to go, dude. Yeah. So, these are gaming apps by actual people in the casino business, not just coders, people who understand like kind of the player and table game component. All right.
Oh, so if someone's asking monthly or yearly fee.
So this is the thing. You get to, when you buy it, you own it. There's only going to be a monthly fee for the competitive features. Now, if you have the player side, you're still going to have to pay for it. The bots will be included in the unlimited features. So what we're doing is you're giving if you do Prime, you never have to pay a monthly fee unless you plan on doing the leaderboard competitive stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna make some fun tournaments. That's the part where we're gonna mix it up,
And on the site, if you go to that link, you will get more details. So we're not going through all of it right now.
Yeah, we're not going to go. So just go to that page if you want more information. There are no more open spots for investors. We have in fact, some of the, let's just say, things are moving very quickly. We've had some ridiculously wonderful people, and by the way, you know who you are. And the engagement level is fantastic. The fact that you guys put faith in us is fantastic. And we're moving on to this next stage. All right. So the last thing I will add, because this isn't going to be very long, we're going to get to the big news, is CEG Nexus is released for dealers out there. We have the courses. We have Core 4. Blackjack and Craps now are pretty full. And then so if you're a dealer, go to CEGNexus.com. If you're a player who's also interested in dealer courses, go to CQ Nexus. And for those of you who bought on the CQ side and your dealers, we're happy to give you access to the CEG side as well, so just let us know. The app goes in full development part-time, or not full-time on the 30th of this month. So we have a full team. It's fully funded. It's already been, but now we're doing some planning and some transitional things. And those of you that are involved in the beta and the alpha, just know that there's going to be a weekly meetup. So you guys will be literally part of that process. You know, you'll be part of that build process. You'll be part of those meetups and the conversation that John's going to have as he kind of leads and evolves. We want as much community engagement. We don't believe we know everything. We want all of us to sort of pitch in and have a role to play and make this something that everybody will be proud to own.
Someone asked if there's going to be any discounts. The discount is if you sign up early to be part of the alpha and beta. That is your discount. There will not be discounts after.
I mean, we might have like a celebratory Thanksgiving discount. You know, Dennis has to scratch his ass kind of thing. I mean, who knows?
Heavy asterisks.
But I feel like the fact that we're going to give you the great thing about this app, it's not going to be just connected to the network. I mean, you'll be able to play it as a client side thing. You'll be on a plane. You're not going to need a network connection to play. It'll be your software, which is kind of unusual these days. Yeah.
One thing we want to mention too to everybody else also about the timeline. You know, we actually done. If you guys don't know, like David's gonna explain, the Casino Quest, we kind of like started behind the scenes a little early about the social parts of the app. We're already working behind the scenes on this part. So
yeah, we built this up already. So we paid a guy. All the code is there. Yeah. So the social, the messaging stuff, the friends, all that stuff is built. I mean, we had one of our developers, Max, kind of built that out. Not only did Max do a great job on the coding, he provided all the supplemental stuff. So the new project manager we have, which is Don, was able to extract that, and we'll use that going forward.
Yeah, so for the person asking you the login and then you couldn't make an account, you have to click forget password. I know it's not the most intuitive thing.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's just we'll work that out eventually.
There's a little more logic than
just
you think.
do forget password, because if you don't have an account and you try signing up for this thing, it'll kind of put you through. So it'll force you to create an account.
Okay, so I do have some super chats before we move on. So super chat number 1, Make It Hackin' gave us $2. Says visiting CQ next week. Last time was in 2021. Can't wait.
Dude, you're gonna love everyone that's kind of follows us. They love this space, man. It's so cozy, comfortable, and quite honestly, the mall has turned into a bit of a ghost town. So
yeah, and if you haven't been following, we're not in the mall anymore.
We're not in the mall because we don't do ghost towns. Petty update number 2.
Okay, we have another super chat from Chad Purley. Gave us $27.99 Canadian. Says, have a good night, boys.
That's a lot of money now.
Yeah,
I think Canadian money is going up quick.
Mr. Chad, thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, go right ahead.
All right, so I wanted to give you guys a little update on some information because it was crazy that we knew the Manny guy. So we ran into him at the mall. He was filming right outside of Casino Quest a couple of years ago. And so I'll give you guys some context. So there was a shooting outside of Bellagio a couple days ago. This man pulled out a gun and shot 2 people, shot them dead while they were live streaming. Okay. And the beef goes back to the YouTube channel. So Manny used to be called, he's Sin City Manny. It was Sin City Manny on YouTube, but he was Sin City Family on YouTube. And what he would do is he was live streaming downtown. He would dress up. In fact, some of you guys may have run across him because he'd have up to 1,000 people at a time watching these streams. And it was pretty late at night. And he would show up in this sort of white face makeup with like big gold teeth and a big gold chain. And he'd be out there with his wife. And it was really directed to the Latin community. I mean, it was kind of bilingual because, he speaks English fluently, he speaks Spanish fluently. But, there was a lot of that context to it, right? And there was a couple other people. I wouldn't say they were influencers anyway, but they would also set up a camera downtown, Fremont Street specifically, and they would dance to the music, you know what I mean? Because it's all under the canopy, and they would play music, and they would dance. So a few other influencers started doing like Manny. They see that Manny's making money, he's getting people, but he made most of his money through the chats inside, and he would offer these little avatars. I think we can do it, but we don't choose that.
There's super chats, and then you could do like little stickers.
That's what they're called, the stickers. So people pay for stickers and have the stickers inside of the thing. And I don't know how much he was making, but he ended up with about 40,000. So I talked to another influencer this last week, and we were kind of talking about because we both have run into him. And he had about 40,000 subs on his channel. He might have had more, I'm not sure, but the last time we looked. But he was very successful live streamers and getting this money, and I'm sure that his primary source of revenue became this channel, right? So this other guy starts antagonizing Manny, and I don't know who started it or what happened, but apparently the other guy, and you can look up their names; they're all in the news. But we know Manny just by Manny, right? And I'll give you some other context of how we interacted with him. But so they used to kind of film the same views. So they would go downtown, and one would set up the camera, here, and one couple feet over here, and clearly they didn't get along with each other, and one of them would antagonize the other, and they had this antagonistic stuff going back. Well, the guy that Manny interacted with in a very negative way in front of the Bellagio fountains, without going into all that, because I feel like we should have had a disclaimer, but like, hey, if you have kids, anyways.
You do the algorithm speak unalived.
Yeah, I know the algorithm. So
the pew-pews.
The pew-pews. Well, so apparently they were. One of them said, "Listen, I'm going to complain to YouTube and copyright strike you." Right. The thing about YouTube sometimes is they
it's bots.
It's bots. Sometimes it's sometimes as far as the copyright is like, listen, you got the same viewpoint. We're going to give you a strike, and then you get enough of those strikes, and your channel's gone. So for whatever reason, I don't work for YouTube, so I don't know what the issue was or how they came to this conclusion. But Manny lost his channel, and in so doing, like obviously lost his. I'm assuming it's his prime revenue. It's funny because I was with Timmy. Those of you that remember Timmy, me and Timmy actually went through this guy's thing because Alex was going to live stream. He wanted to take a backpack and live stream this trip. And so as we were researching this, Manny came up. That's how we even found out about this guy. Mm-hmm. And Manny was sort of he had done songs, dude. Let me just say his only source of revenue was going to be live stream. Like his only source, just like me. I call him an artist in the sense that he was actually, I'm assuming he was playing his own guitar, maybe? I don't know. But anyways, he created these songs, and they didn't go anywhere, obviously. But he was trying to be an artist, I don't know.
Like a musician.
But that was not working out for him. So YouTube was his thing. And so he lost his main, source of revenue, obviously. And, something happened when he interacted. He's claiming, by the way, Manny's claiming that he saw the other guy reach for a weapon. And he felt threatened, and after everything else that had gone on, and that's why he reached for his weapon, and you know what I mean? I don't know how that's going to hold water because he took out two people. It's one thing to defend yourself against one person. I'm not sure how much the wife was reaching. Was the wife reaching? Maybe the wife was reaching too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's a lot more to it for sure.
There might be some other things we don't know. But okay, so we ran into him at Fashion Show once. He was filming right outside of Casino Quest, and I went out there and I asked him, hey, what are you doing? And he's like, well, I'm just filming a documentary, he told me. And then he kind of walked off, right? But he had this whole back.
Oh, that was him.
That was him.
Oh.
Were you with me? That was Timmy, I thought. You were with me. He was a lot shorter guy. He was only 5 feet tall. And I was like, that's the guy that we were researching. Yeah.
Okay, I remember.
So
that makes a lot more sense now.
Because he had a backpack that Alex wanted. Alex wanted this backpack, and Manny had it on his back, and he was literally filming outside of our store. We went out there, we saw him, and I'm like, hey, that's that guy. That's that live streamer guy.
Yeah.
And I mean, that was the end of it. But I have heard that so from another someone else's social media that kind of used to hang out a little bit or have some interaction downtown is that Manny did act out, was prone to, let's just say, acting out towards other people negatively, right? And there was this one other incident where he was brought literally off the street into a casino to have some tacos, and now I'm thinking that casino is thinking, oh my God, I can't believe that was a close call. Woof! Luckily he liked the tacos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's what we know of that whole thing. But yeah, it's really unfortunate, by the way. I mean, that's crazy that you would take it to the street like that and seeing that kind of thing. I mean, it's obviously it's bad it's terrible. I mean, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's just bad overall, and also too on top of everything else going on in Vegas to add that on top.
Have we been pissing anybody off recently? No, I don't think we do copyright check. We defend ourselves against some people who have, there's some roulette channels out there that have tried to take us.
Yeah, like if you take our content flat out
and you just copy
it and then just upload it, or even or upload it with a little bit thing at the front or whatever.
Yeah.
We will come after you, but if you're doing your own creative spin on it, or you're whatever the case is,
we don't really care.
Yeah.
I think all good news is good news.
Yeah, it's not really. We don't go after other channels like that.
We don't own the roulette ball.
I would say though the strike system. Yeah, it's really. I agree with the
strike system can be a little rough.
Also, too, like, I mean, we've gone through our hardships whenever we've had our channel back in the day. You know, it was like really stressful for us as business owners.
You guys have no... the very first week we opened Casino Quest and had 0 customers, we were getting... it was horrendous. If you go back to those videos and look at Timmy's face as he's dealing, you have no idea. He was so...
The soul was sucked out of his...
Yeah. I've never seen someone so... I mean, because all the work you put into it, it was just gone in an instant. And here we are, 0 customers.
Yeah. At the time, too, the AI, right?
Yeah.
The bots...
Didn't understand.
So it was basically flagging any sort of casino content, not even just like... They were just flagging it.
Yeah, they took us as an online casino.
Even the poker channels were getting flagged at that time. The algorithm or whatever for the bots, whatever. And I just remember it was just so stressful for us because we were like, that was the reason why we had to like restart the channel basically. So,
and then we had Sidebet Sam come in, dude.
Yeah,
life was good. I wrote him an email the other day. He emailed us recently about the app a little bit. And I will never forget Sidebet Sam coming in and say, "Hey, I love you guys. Give me, I don't know how many hours he bought."
It was like 30 hours prepaid.
Literally,
we would just hang out.
It was fantastic. He would be like the only one in there, and you could hear his voice echoing on our empty walls. And I mean, now we're at 10,000 square feet. Isn't that crazy? How much we've all? I mean, it's just absolutely crazy.
Yeah, the original CQ was like approximately that floor was like 2,000 square feet. And it was like really long too. It was like really echoey too. So
yeah,
I do want to share one funny story about copyright strikes.
Right, okay,
and that's that Alex accidentally copyright struck our own channel.
Yeah, he did. He copyright struck our own channel.
So for
by accident.
For those of you who don't know, this is not the only channel we have. We have another channel called Casino Quest, and he used, I think it was this channel, and struck Casino Quest.
Yeah.
Luckily, we could retract it, but he wasn't paying attention. He just hit it.
I will provide context. So once in a while we go through and then you'll see like some of the ones like people from, like they're trying to like basically create
they're
their
stealing
own
the
channel.
content.
They're stealing our stuff. And so there was a list and I just tick, and I just clicked one too many.
Yeah. So, brutal.
It was like,
luckily we could we rescinded
we don't have enough issues. Yeah, because the copyright strikes are rough. Because if you do that too many times, like we sometimes there's music in the background, but they don't worry about that because then they just demonetize it.
There's copyright strikes and copyright claims for anyone who doesn't. A claim just means that they just take part of the revenue and then you don't get paid as well.
Yeah.
A strike is a scary one.
When I'm playing Keno and the music comes on, you know what I mean? I lose all that Keno money. How much has the Keno channel made us? $50?
No, it's because remember every time there's 100, they send it to us. So we've gotten at least a couple hundred.
Ooh, fantastic, dude! Head on over to our Keno channel.
By
the way, I love Keno. Just so you know, you haters out there can kind of suck it. Just so you know. All right. Well, I mean, we don't have a whole lot to talk about. We're happy to answer any questions you guys might have while we're here. No.
Yeah, that was like the biggest thing. We just wanted to talk to you guys about what happened with that. And then the really biggest thing is like behind the scenes, we've been really focusing on the app.
So. Yeah. And if you do sign up for the app, by the way, there's a little bit of a unclear part of it is. So there's the Nexus Player Forum Meetup Q&A. So there's a special community that's being created. Anyone that signs up so that you can access the alpha, beta, all the discussions and meetups that are going to go on with John. So if you sign up for the Prime, you're still getting the player stuff. So you end up at the player board, but we tag you. So you're going to have a tag so that when the game is released, you have access to these other features, right? So you'll unlock basically these features. So I know that someone reached out. By the way, it's a great question because we clarified in the app page how this would work. So we updated that. So thank you for that. But just know that everyone's a player, and then if you're Prime, it'll be your tag so that when the game is released, you'll have all these extra features unlocked. Yeah, and there are no more investors being allowed to. We had, a lot. In fact, if you are in any one of those stages, by the way, it's better to kind of email me to make sure that there's anyone who has already emailed the commitment form. You're good, but anyone after that. We're gonna have to kind of let you figure it out, or anyways.
This is an interesting question. Someone, Andrew M says, "Are you guys seeing a downturn in students coming through and giving some properties going through layoffs?"
Yeah. So it's interesting. I did this article the other day, which is fantastic. Ken, by the way, before we share that, I'm gonna answer that. I got some great feedback for you guys because I have another piece of the news. But Dennis, if you get any Gold Cup fans out there who are going to watch Mexico play here at the Legion Stadium, Dennis did a thing. Go ahead, Dennis. Tell him.
It's in Spanish now.
Who cares?
So if you
There's
watch
got to
it
be.
in Univision, which is a big Spanish channel.
Univision came here to film Dennis.
Yeah, they did.
Dealing dice. Univision. Right? Isn't that fantastic? By the way, okay, so that happened. So Dennis might be the most famous Mexican north of Mexico. No, that's not true. Dealer.
I'm just very excited because that means more people from Mexico City are coming.
They're going to come
visit here
Alex,
at Casino Quest, and I just want to say thank you so much, Dennis, for.
This is the new Alex Kim policy. The policy is if you're a Latina, you come in for free.
Yeah.
If you're a Latino, you pay double.
Yeah. To cover. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Chorizo,
fantastic.
double.
All right. What the hell was I going to talk about? What was the question?
That also to your article. I'm going to post your Channel 8 News thing.
Yeah, so I did a feature on Channel 8 News. They came and interviewed me, and of course, they kind of sold us out a little bit. But hey, that's what news programs love the drama, dude. They love to sensationalize. They didn't catch all the good things I spoke about. They just focus on kind of the negative things. But Vegas is definitely experiencing downturn. It's crazy, by the way. So if you drive into Vegas right now, you won't have a lot of traffic. Even when we come in from the south side, from where LA people would be coming in. And I know LA people right now are preoccupied. I shouldn't be laughing. But anyways, because they have other things to do right now, dude. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot going on.
A lot going on in LA right now. But
by the way, he laughs out of stress now.
I laugh out of stress. I'm stress laughing, by the way, because it's
not
stress,
mocking.
And not mocking, yeah. The chaos of the world. But anyways, we're an apolitical organization. So if you come from that direction, right, you expect to see some traffic. Like there's usually bottlenecks, especially as people are getting off on the strip. There are no bottlenecks now. You can just 80 miles an hour, whoop. I might have to press on the gas a little bit and get down to like 70 miles per hour. But for the most part, there's no traffic, which does not speak well for, what's going on. But and that is a great indicator. I don't care what anybody says. Like the very fact that the Las Vegas Strip is just 3 miles, right? Coming from Russell basically to Sahara. And if you're not slowing down at any of those exits, there's not enough cars, no matter how big and fat that highway can be. So beyond that, we're hearing from operators on the strip. We're hearing from dealers that are working on the strip. Toke rates are down. Hours are down. We know that some supervisors have had to take pay cuts. We know that dealers are, having to work 1 and 2 days a week. Now, the good side of all this is some of the local properties, the properties that are leaning into value, guess what? Doing great business because, again, the people that are coming here are looking for, they're just tired of spending through the nose for everything. They're coming. It's the gamblers. It's the regular people. The people that were coming for the experience, right? That were budgeting for all these other sort of ancillary things that Vegas is now known for. There's less of those, and those predominantly head to the Strip. But the people that are coming as gamblers are looking for a better value, and local places have a better value, right? So if you're tired of $35, $50, resort fees, you're tired of getting hit up for, ridiculous parking fees or paying $100, $150 a person for dining, well, now you suffer. So I did an article on my site that got picked up, by the way, by a national mag. The very last article. So if you go to cqnexus.com, and it's /blog. You'll see my last article is how, because a lot of people have talked about some of the transactional parts of the experience, and we have Mexicans, by the way, are responsible about 10% of the high limit traffic here to Vegas. That's a fact. And guess what? Not happy if you're a Mexican right now, regardless of where your politics are. You're probably you're coming over the border less. Of course, we have this Gold Cup thing going on, so that's changed up. But Canadians not coming over, don't like the dialogue, and they're not coming here. And a lot of Canadians make Vegas a destination, and so you have a lot of this international tourism that's not coming in. In fact, so much so that some of these direct flights have been canceled or have been reduced. So my thing as far as the blog is I feel like some of these casinos have gone so far in re-identify themselves on the very moneyed types of thing that how do you retreat from that? Years ago we would have a buffet, right? And now you got twofers for the buffet, or you have the lower rack rates, or free this, free that. But now everything is monetized to the hilt. Like, how do you tell a steakhouse to offer 2-for-1 coupon? You can't.
early check-in is monetized now.
Yeah, early check-in, you got to pay. Late checkout, you got to pay. Just to get a coffee, you got to wait in line at Starbucks. They've done everything to try to move you. Can you imagine they took you? So that's the thing. Yeah. Those kinds of things. When they took the coffee maker out of the rooms, that pissed me off. You're gonna make me wait in line at Starbucks or charge me an absurd amount of money to get the K-Pod. I got to move the K-Pod off the little adhesive, and now ding, ding, ding. You know what I mean? Now charge $10.
Right. That $55 resort fee plus everything else with parking. It's ridiculous.
No, it's absurd. So how do you retreat from that? You've now so many of these properties having box of the quarter, and you're gonna think that I'm selling something. I'm really not, because I'm not paid for this at all. It's literally just my opinion. But we had a customer here who has money and is a gambler, and is just not interested in gambling using all his gambling money to pay for $100 meals. And so you know what he did? He stayed at Palace Station. He had $6 burgers 6 times. 6 times, he told us. He had 6 burgers while he was there, because you know what they have? They have a $6 burger meal. I kid you not. It's actually really good. And you get a burger, fries. You get a drink with that, or is it just a burger and fries?
Just a burger and fries.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just checking there.
Yeah. I mean, crazy. So guess what? If you're a gambler and you want to spend money gambling and not dilute it by eating or paying for all these ridiculous side fees, guess what? So local places are experiencing a boon, dude. These strip properties have pushed people away, and you know what? They're sitting around. You know what I always hate about how disingenuous they get? They sit around and they talk about all these other things, about how this happened. We lost it. We don't have a Super Bowl this year. We don't have this and all that. It's all nonsense, man. It's all about you're just not operating in a way. If you guys are, because you stay so focused on margins, especially now, and we're trying to move people back here, you're gonna have to start the new narrative. You have to get away from trying to defend yourself and defend these decisions, and start making new, better decisions. You see, and start returning something to the player. I've been railing about it for a while. You guys are probably hearing me ad nauseum, but it's true. Anyways, this article got picked up, and you know how many people. Just all the positive, it's not the longest article, really. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it gets away from all the nonsense. Yeah? I'm just saying, dude. I'm just one guy in a small little, just sitting here minding my own business, dude.
Just real quick, my favorite story of the strip, both twice, valet my car. I don't have any cash on me. Go to the ATM, $11.99 fee. So I had to pay $31.99 for a $20 bill. It's like, I'm like, now because of that, I have to remember to bring cash or just not go to that property or whatever now, because it's like in the back of my mind now.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It's like everything's about the perception right now. It's not good,
No, it's not good. Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, anyways, listen here.
Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna go on to the next one.
Go to the next one.
Alan Toy gave us $9.99. Says, Daddy David, forgot to send you your birthday present. Expect to see it in a few days. Vegas in 3 months. Been watching the craps course videos, when we will expect high limit $100 a spin Keno video.
Okay, we got to make some real money. You know what? I don't even know. There is actually a machine out there that will take. You have to bet a 4-card at $25 each, and then you can do it. There's actually a casino out there that'll take $25 away. So if you bet $100. You could bet $100, but on the same, you know what I'm saying? You could do a 4-card, $25, $100, man, $200,000 max pay. That's some good stuff. By the way, okay, so I know we've been hinting at, the fact that we couldn't move. Our business went through this ridiculously rough cycle, and it was all hands on deck for a minute as far as, stuff. But we are finally have our vacation scheduled for the end of July. So 100%, we are moving our asses. I literally have bags packed, ready to go, reservations in queue. We are going to post our casino itinerary. Me and Dennis are literally taking the car and going as far east as we possibly can. We might win a lot of money in Biloxi, dude, and we might have to just, but so the idea is we're going to backtrack through David's life, so to speak. And we are going to go first. We're going to Players. So I opened Players at Lake Charles, Louisiana. Now a little resort sign in western Louisiana on the border with Texas or Houston. Houston's a feeder market. We're going to go to Players. Then we're not going to go to Players. Players is gone, dude. I think they sunk that one. I'm not sure where that boat ended up. But we're going to go to that. We're going to stay at one of the casinos there. Then we're going to go to Baton Rouge. And then from Baton Rouge, we're going to go to New Orleans. And then from New Orleans, we're going to go to Biloxi, Mississippi. In fact, I just got off the phone with one of our friends, Charlie. We're going to go see him. We're going to go hang out. He knows all the casinos. And then we're going to start heading up northwest. We're even going to say hello to Snapper. Well, we'll take Snapper out to, what's that place, that buffet everybody goes to once you hit 65?
Golden Corral.
Oh, we're going to find the local Golden Corral.
David's going to love it.
We're going to bring our Tennessee orange polos.
Yep, Nevada traffic cone.
We're all going to go out together in our Nevada traffic. We'll have to keep those in. That'll be a great shot. In Tennessee. I'm sure he has his hangout, his Tennessee whatever hangout. Are they Tennessee Titans?
Well, no, he's talking about University of Tennessee.
University of Tennessee. Yeah. What's the name of their
It's
team?
a college. He's a college football fan.
Oh, so. College. Well, isn't it Tennessee Titan? No.
No, you're thinking of the NFL team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What is the college team called? Do you know?
Well, the Volunteers is what they're known as.
The Volunteers. Yeah. All right. All right. So then we're gonna try and head anyways east. All right. There it is. At moving on.
Anyways, make it hacking. Give us another $2. Says every hotel is $100 a night minimum next week. What the fuck?
Are they thinking that's high or low?
No, low, because normally it's really high. I saw some of the offers that some of the casinos are giving away. It's like $8.
Dude, they'll literally. I think that they will frisk you in a friendly way at the front door if you enter the casino. That's what I'm thinking.
We do have some other questions, and try not to take an eon to.
Oh my
answer.
God, I know. I'll be quick. Sorry. Or we'll let Alex answer. Go ahead, buddy.
Someone said, I don't know where the exact question went, but someone was asking about the housing market in Vegas.
It's still ridiculously high. It doesn't matter what's going on.
By the way, houses aren't moving, but people aren't selling. So like it's one of those. Our market is kind of stagnating a little bit. So the inventory is getting higher, but people really aren't willing to let go. And it's like people aren't coming up, but people aren't coming down. Like Florida right now, the housing market has literally started to kind of crash in some places because you're just so screwed. Vegas, people are just sort of hanging out. The high end market. I don't care what anybody says. We saw a house the other day reduced from 3.5 to 1.4. So the high end market, I mean, there's just no movement. So if you want to get the hell out of town, you got to get really low. So we are seeing a movement. It's one of those things. You know how you come across these expensive houses that you can never own, and you just kind of look through all the rooms and see how these people live. This is kind of the thing, yeah.
Someone said Vegas this weekend. Chances on meeting y'all? Oh yeah, we'll come down to the store.
100% chance, sir.
I don't know if you'll 100% chance you'll meet all of us, but you'll at least meet one of us.
Yeah, we're like Fridays is the best chance I think to meet us all most of the time.
Yeah, we don't have anything planned this weekend, so yeah, the best opportunity is to come visit us here.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone said, has WSOP seen a decrease in numbers of participants? I don't think they've released any numbers, right?
No, WSOP is doing great. This year they have, I don't know if it's not a record or anything, but it's doing fine. And what's great is that they've got a lot of really good stories coming out of WSOP. So WSOP Daniel Negreanu has gotten to 2 final tables, which is great. There's a few really interesting stories that'll come out. So I think that bodes well for WSOP. I've been following it. It's fantastic. So
there's 2 things that they did this year that made it actually, I think not this year, but next year will be fine. They actually allow influencers to record the game. Like the demo game.
Really?
They just can't record or use their phone on the main table, like whatever the main table is.
Yeah.
Whatever. They don't allow phone use at all because they're worried about players intercepting.
Yeah.
And so but that's like the big thing. A lot of influencers now are still posting events on YouTube. So it's kind of cool. Also too, the gamblers come in and talk to us. I guess this year they'll let you buy in with your credit card.
Oh. Really?
Yeah.
They're not worried about chargebacks?
It's not cash in. Well, I guess it's kind of hard when you're all over everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere they know that you're there.
So I guess this year they allow you to buy into events with your credit card.
Well, the third thing is they have an electronic check-in process now.
Yeah.
So but I guess it has a little bit of hiccups, but so once you're checked in, you're just checked in. So that used to be some kind of a hit or miss type of thing. Yeah. We created some lines and congestion. Now it's a much smoother process once you've checked in.
Okay, so here we have. So Dennis, are you going to be able to live stream at most of these casinos? Probably not. A lot of these casinos are very cagey about recording. Mm-hmm. So us having a maybe we could live stream outside the casino. But
we're going to try. So we have some contacts in Baton Rouge and in New Orleans and in Biloxi.
We do. I'm just going to say for now, tentatively, probably not, unless otherwise stated.
I got meta glasses. Shh.
But live streaming, actually being there.
Okay, you can't live stream on meta glasses? I think you can live stream straight to Instagram.
Yeah, but that's not going to go on most of our audiences.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not a lot of people. I have an Instagram now, by the way. Just saying.
CEG David. Just let
Is
you
it
know.
really?
Emmanuel asked, "How's Arizona, aka Nevada Southeast?"
It really is. It's hotter.
I hope the little reset was beneficial for you, both of you guys.
Wow.
It was.
Yeah, that
It
was fantastic. By the way, so we went down there to see. He's a big. What do they call it? Filmophile.
I'm a film buff. Let's just say.
Film buff.
I was gonna say like
What does a filmophile mean? That's something else.
It's cinephile first off.
Cinephile.
yeah.
Because, but people don't like to use the
When
file
you use the word
part,
foul, usually it comes with other negative
because
things.
of the other
Oh,
one.
really?
Yeah.
Because of the other one, the major one.
Oh,
the big one.
crap! I didn't even realize that. You guys are ruining all the words. Yeah, we had a fantastic time. Ran into some restaurants out there, but we went to see it. We went to see Sinners, so we could see it in the biggest format possible, in the way that it was supposed to be filmed, it was worth it. It was a fantastic experience.
It was a good movie.
I don't think I would have liked it as much. I mean, I know it was a great movie, but it was great to see it the way that was intended to be seen, and with a lot of other people that were there for the same reasons. So it was a really fun environment. It was crazy. We went and spent $1,000 the whole trip just to go see a damn movie, dude.
I mean,
Worth it.
I'm glad you guys took time
We
off.
needed a
and I'm
minute.
glad you guys are going in July.
Yeah, we're going in July for 2 weeks, dude.
Take as much time you want off.
Johnny Wishbone 5 says, "Are you guys gonna do some more playing at GVR or somewhere else, or how about just Alex Costco trip?"
Well, I'll speak for myself.
Go.
I think just because, to be honest with you guys, when we left the mall, it was a very, very stressful time for us.
It really was.
It was literally like survival mode. And so behind the scenes, it was really stressful. So to take the nights and go gamble and whatever, outside of me going to a hockey game, that was kind of like my escape. But other than that, that was a very stressful time for us. So I do think that hopefully once we get everything else going on, you'll see more shenanigans again. So
by the way, we've done an incredible pivot. You guys would be proud of us and our team and everything that's happened.
Yeah.
It's really good. We've been very, let's just say, blessed. I mean, it's really been a wonderful experience, and it really comes down to kind of all the people that support us, people come at Casino Quest, and sort of us getting all the classes up online has been really fortuitous, for us. So there's that.
Yeah, plus the monumental lift that was Craps during that time, and all the other things.
And we just gotta thank Chuck for pushing us onto our app, because who knew? And I have so many great announcements for you guys in the very near future that we've been working on, and knowing that we're developing our own reality now. So we have sponsored games coming. We have we're working with the social media of one of the biggest games on the planet. And we're going to be incorporating all this into our whole experience. So, so we have lots of inroads. We just got done with a meeting with a casino boss, and we're dealing with Vegas table games, and so it's kind of the evolution of everything, right? So it's everything that we're from. We're dealers.
yeah.
We're influencers. So, I mean, not really. I mean, we're really
We're just
influencers. We're not
creators.
cheaters.
No.
We're
We're just-
creators,
yeah.
but we're dealers. We're gamers. We're a casino.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And also, too, if it wasn't for you guys, but now that we have some time, buying the strategy mags. The strategy mags was the huge, literally saved us.
Us printing those strategy mags, yeah. We sold thousands, literally thousands. You guys bought thousands. In fact, even today, we sell between 5 and 10 magazines a day. Literally
crazy.
every single day.
When we got the paper bill or
And-
the print bill, we're like,
And you remember, we used to have an ad for the game that shall not be named in those magazines, and now guess what? They're gonna have that. We're gonna build our own reality. No more codependencies.
Make it hacking. Gave us another $10.
Wow.
Says, been watching you the CEG lives from the past 2 years. Y'all have some great stories and overcome many obstacles. Planning to develop some future some crap strategies next week for the future cruise comps.
Yeah, send them over. Yeah, we're happy to have them. Yeah.
Let me see. Someone said thank you for Duck Ragu and Double D.
Duck ragu, people love. Yeah,
And
double
double-
D
yeah.
too. Yeah.
I don't know where the question went, but someone asked if I think it was Alan Toy asked if there'd be lower room rates in September for Palace. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So that coupon is good forever. I mean, we still have it. So you guys, listen, if you book any event, you either get an email or it's on the event. So if you come for a birthday bash, dude, it's literally, the code is right there on the damn page. Okay, so just get it, because everyone is boomering the whole. So it's literally right there. If you look up the event, if you're coming out in August, just use that code. It's 25% off. The rates are whatever that rack rate is. So it's just 25% off. And it's fat. By the way, we are putting together a very limited table. Me and Dennis are going to play either most likely the first week or two of August. You guys want some live play? David's going to buy in for real money, and we have a couple people that are going to come with us. And we're originally going to put together this gold thing. We're still sort of pursuing that but we're going to buy in ourselves. It's not going to cost any money. If you're interested in that, it's a $2,500 minimum buy-in. And we're going to try to get you dinner and a suite and the whole thing where David's going to take really good care of you. Just know that's a thing because we just had some people out here, hooked them right up. Literally got on my phone, called up, and they hooked us up, dude.
Just be careful. Dennis is the shoulder devil.
He is literally the most aggressive gambler.
Just
Don't
let you know.
If you have rent.
If you ask him a question, he's going to tell you to press it.
Okay. When it comes to other people's money except you two, I usually to say whatever you're comfortable with. When it comes to you two, I'm like, what the fuck? You guys should know. Go for it.
That's ridiculous.
Wow.
No, I actually want that. I'll be like, Dennis,
what you gotta do? Fucking press. I mean, because like when
I don't know what to do, Dennis.
when we were playing at Jerry's, Alex and I with the big group, I was the reason I caught up because I played squeeze play, they played triple lux. The reason I was able to catch up is because how aggressive I press. While they were collecting, I was going for it.
We all came to the same outcome.
I'm playing GM spin with a spin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Triple D. What's the one that we just put up there? The latest one on the Nexus.
On the Nexus, Triple D.
Is it
and
the
3D
money printer? I'm gonna play
yeah.
the money printer.
I think I'm gonna read two more. One is a question, one is just a statement. So the question about dealing. I've already passed an audition in Indiana, but have to wait till January for the waiver, 5 years from probation, to get my license. How hard is it to apply and get approved in others like Nevada? He wants to come basically to Vegas.
If you're 21, it takes no time at all. Like there's you don't have to go through the same process. Some of the states have a much longer. What is he saying about the waiver?
I'm not exactly sure what the waiver thing is, but I'm assuming that once whatever this waiver
if you're 21 and you're legal to work, you're done. So other jurisdictions have other things, but if the casino hires you, you're in, unless you've people are actively looking for you. You know what I mean? Like there's reasons for gaming not to want you, but our process here is very easy.
Yeah,
it's probably the easiest.
The only thing I would say though is because people apply all the time for casino jobs, you just have to have residence here, so you can't apply.
Really?
Yeah, that happens a lot because they won't pull your application.
Oh,
because the HR departments, they don't want to go through the whole process.
I have, but if that's a case, if that's a thing, we have actually gotten somebody a job from California, knowing that they were going to be here, and I've had to explain, and we have helped them with that. But on your own, I can see how that's a thing.
Oh, I guess he had a felony waiver, so it's a felony waiver. That's what he was saying.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, but so if it's not money related, there is actually a number you can call for our gaming commission. I don't know what it is at the top of my head,
Just gotta look it up.
But you'll look it up and just do it anonymously. You don't have to tell them anything. Just say, hey, this happened. What's the problem?
And they could, but usually you can still get it as long as it wasn't anything to do with money. Moving on to the next one, and this will be our last one for the day. Looking forward to the app. Will the Nexus app include chips like butter in the craps dealer mode?
I know, wouldn't that be great?
Well, and what is the mode supposed to look like? Is this mode for all games?
So we don't want to share too much. So if you come into the beta, if you have the alpha and beta, but I will tell you this, John, is a high functioning programmer. Okay, he has two specific projects in his background that are big that you might have interacted with today. And he also has a most incredible work ethic. The guy works on the next level kind of thing. So if you, we plan to have these sort of modes of operation, very specific to how people actually interact with the games, right? So if you're a player, if you're a dealer, if you're a strategizer, right, you're looking to build strategies and you want to lean into certain aspects of the game. Maybe you're just an analyzer and you're just looking for data. You just want to compile data. You want 1,000 spins. You want 50 rolls. You want to plug in some numbers and get some information back like that. You follow? Then on the dealer side, their dealers are looking to practice certain fundamentals. What things pay, order of operations. You follow? And then if you add to that the voice component and you start being able to talk, because that's how people interact, honestly and intuitively with casino games. So that's why just that alone should sort of flavor instead of just coders, like a lot of these gaming companies, they're software developers and they've done, lots of these types of things. But the difference is that we've been dealers. We know how dealers, I know how their fingers, I could tell you how a crap dealer interacts with checks for the first couple months and how they use their hands because I've watched them for decades. You follow? And now as a player development center, which we're the largest that anyone's ever heard of or known, or anyone that's been successful, we know how players, we know the questions they ask. We know how they come up to the game. We know the etiquette. Who thought etiquette was such a big deal? So what? You go to a casino and you learn how to play, but you don't know how to interact with the game. We have all these components are part and parcel to what we're doing. That's why we feel, not to mention, okay, the very last thing I will tell you as far as this app goes is like, I speak to table game directors and vice presidents of gaming on a daily basis. There's not a day that goes by, almost not a day that goes by, where I don't speak to somebody that's responsible for a casino because of obviously not just the CEG Dealer School, but also because of Casino Quest. And so we have real partners who are looking for real players. We have real conversations. If you try to break into Vegas from a sales point of view and try to get in touch with them, you can't. It's just not a thing. In fact, some casinos have what's called a key money thing where you have to pay to sit down. They don't want to just talk to you. Who are you, right? They don't know you. They know us. I mean, I've been here. I grew up with half of these people. You know what I mean? Like we all came from the same. Alex and his family have been in this town for a long ass time in high functioning circles. Like a lot of people know Alex through his dad. Like literally his dad is famous here in Vegas, right? His dad was responsible for Asian marketing for Wynn. You ever been to Wynn? It's a very Asian-oriented casino.
Yeah, all those Asian degens.
It's famous. Charlie Kim is literally famous here in Vegas. So we have these relationships that you just can't develop, not in real time. So there will be competitors and there'll be people coming for us and thinking that they can bring the same thing to market. It's just not a thing. You know what I mean? What's really sad is there was someone who was in a position to help us deliver, you know what I mean? And that's not a thing, like Alex famously told me when we were going through some of this is what is it? Rejection?
Rejection is redirection.
Bam. And that's exactly what we're doing. This is what we've always done. No matter where we've started or where we've been, COVID, the mall. I mean, it's always that. We've done a very good job of pivoting and moving on. We have a wonderful team. And we have wonderful people, we have wonderful community, and that's it.
The wonderful team wants to go to home and rest. So
yeah, they want to get home and eat. We still have to film videos at home, by the way. So it's been a long day. All right, guys, thank you so much. What do you think?
Yeah, thank you guys, appreciate it. Thank you, community.
Bye, guys.
Say
Have
the
fun.
line.
I'm off to Keno, hopefully.
To unwind.
To unwind.
And the truth is.
Bye.
More like